Hi everyone, thank you for joining our webinar to talk about future improvements that we've made for designers over the last few months. My name is Katie Congress and I'm on the product marketing team here at Houzz, and I'm joined by my colleagues Sean Coriel, who leads our 3D team, and Stefan Rabimov, who leads our content team. So we're excited to walk you through our messaging pillars and our overall strategy, as well as dig into the product improvements that we've recently made and walk through some demos.
Hi, everybody. Our agenda today is 3 parts. We're going to cover the vision for Houzz Pro, dive a little deeper about our product and what it means to you as professionals. We'll also review some of the updates that we've done to our product and present a few interesting demos that you can follow along with us. And we'll leave a little bit of time for some Q&A in the end to answer any of the specific questions you might have for us. Let's talk a little bit about the Houzz Pro vision. This software that was designed kept every part of the designer workflow in mind. And one of the ways we really ensured that this is a meaningful solution for your day-to-day activities as designers is that it will allow you to stand out, stay organized, and save you time. We'll all understand how busy you are right now, and ensuring that our software is a helper to your day-to-day activities. Houzz Pro was built to make it super easy for you. It's simple and intuitive to win. For you as designers, time is money, and it's essential that you get your work done with the fewest number of clicks. And what we mean by that is we always keep in mind sort of and anticipate what is your next step in the process. And as such, our software follows along and prods you when you need to take that next step. It ensures that you've done it in the most efficient and the fewest number of clicks. Of course, when we talk about efficiency, we also ensuring that we give you that efficiency through our software. What we mean by that is allowing you to spend less time on admin work, and you get to spend it doing maybe more design or actually doing a lot of fun things outside of work. So that increased efficiency is something that I hope you get to benefit from using Houzz Pro. And finally, client management is key. We're all in the business of keeping our clients happy, and improving client collaboration is essential for that. And this is why we created tools that will help share your vision easier, faster, and in a most efficient way. And now I'm going to pass the baton over to Katie, who's going to cover a few of our recent highlights and updates.
Great, thank you. So we're going to start with some of our updates that are meant to help you stand out. And so a lot of the features that we've developed are meant to do just that, whether it's by improving the way you communicate with clients or by improving your professionalism or the way that you're presented digitally and in your conversations. We really want to make sure that Houzz Pro is there to support you. And so with that, we have a few features that fall into this standout bucket. And Sean will walk you through some of the improvements we've made there to our 3D tools, including an augmented reality view, our life-size walkthrough.
Great, thank you, Katie. So one of the first and exciting features that we released early in the year in March is what we call life-size walkthrough. And this is a feature that's able to take your 3D model and present that in augmented reality. And what that enables is the ability to see your proposed design in an existing space in real life size. And this is something that can really help as you communicate your designs to your clients or even other collaborators that you're working with, contractors, for example, subcontractors, designers, and other designers. This is really a very useful way to show and present your design. And for clients in particular who aren't used to perhaps looking at, floor plans, they may not be accustomed to reading floor plans the way professionals can and do. This is something that's very intuitive to understand, because it's pretty much once they're going through this life-size walkthrough with you, it's it's pretty much what you see is what your design is, and there isn't as much room for the client to have to imagine, like if they're, for example, looking at a floor plan, oh, what's that going to look like in my space? This feature really can help them see exactly what a proposed design will look like in their space. The next thing I want to show is a demo of some of the recent 3D enhancements that we've made. And I'm going to show those and give a demo of some of the biggest updates that we've made recently. Okay, so here I have a floor plan. And you can see this in the floor plan view. And then if we look at this in our dollhouse 3D view, this is what this looks like. This is just you see here a living room and a dining area. And I'm going to use this floor plan to demo some of the recent updates that we've made to really make it easier to design and create the rooms that you are working with. So one of the first big ones is that we're now helping you align geometry in an easier way. So you see here in these red intersections that you can start drawing a new wall. So for example, let's say there's a living room area that's above this kitchen. I can start drawing that wall here. And there's a couple of enhancements you'll see in real time as I go. One of the first ones I want to point out is on the top menu bar, you'll see this running length field. And what you can do there is input precisely the length of the wall that you want to draw, if you know what it is. So let's say, for example, you want to draw a 10-foot wall. I type 10 and enter the foot sign and press enter. And that's going to create a 10-foot wall right there for you. You'll also see here in these guidelines that we're able to help you kind of create 90-degree walls when you want to. So you see as you drag the wall that this wall is staying perpendicular to the last wall that you drew. And it's also going to help you find the next intersection. For example, if the living room is the width of the kitchen, you can snap right there to it. You can also choose not to. But this is really designed to help you draw very quickly your designs. So here I'll just snap to that wall and snap to that wall. And now I've created my living room. A couple of other big enhancements here. We've got quite a few staircases that you can select from. You can see all different types of staircases. We have staircases with landings. We even have spiral staircases, which are always fun, and more traditional staircases like a straight staircase. So I'm going to choose that here and drag that in. And there's one other feature that I want to show you related to that. So as you can see, my living room is smaller than I actually thought it should be, right? And the staircase that exists here isn't going to fit. So we also have the ability to change this wall length at any time that you'd like, and you can input a precise wall length. So actually, I made a mistake. This living room's really an 18-foot long wall here. So I can go ahead and click on select that wall as I did. So you could see it's selected, it's highlighted in blue. And I can now go in and change my wall to be 18 feet. And let's say it's really precise. It's 18 feet, 4 inches. I type in that length here, and then I can choose the direction that I want this wall to grow. So in this case, I want the wall to extend up. So I click that up arrow, and you'll see here my wall length is now 18 foot 4. Some extra subtleties here. Now, we are drawing both the one side of the wall and the other side of the wall. So the wall has a thickness. Right now, this wall has a 4 3/4 inch thickness. You can change that thickness if you'd like, just by typing in here. But what I want to show you is if actually you have a dimension for the other side of the wall, you can input that dimension just by clicking that switch wall side. And that will apply the length to the other side of the wall. Of course, the two lengths are inherently related by the geometry of the wall. So, for example, if I make this length 19 feet, and I'll just demo that here. Let's say it's 19 feet. I'll do 19 feet 1 inches. And click enter there. Now, this is going to show the difference on the other side of the wall. This is because walls have corners, and this length, by the laws of geometry, is inherently different from this length. Okay, so now I've got my staircase, and I can position that staircase anywhere I want in the room. A couple of things that I want to show that we're always working on, and we've done. We've put out several new products. So staircases is one that I just showed. We've also added some wall partitions here, and these can be used for interior design purposes. For example, if this room has an interior partition of a glass partition, we have some objects that are represented here. A usability enhancement that we've done here, just to make it easier to select some of these narrow objects, is you see that circle that's highlighted in blue. We've added that to make grabbing some of these narrower things like this glass partition, for example, easier to grab and move around. I'll just show you what we're looking at in Dollhouse view right now. I want to keep showing a couple of the other products that we've added here. Since we're working in this living room, we have fireplaces that we can add. You can see different groups of fireplaces here that you can add. So I'm going to choose this fireplace with mantle and position that at the end of the living room here. And then again, let me move this partition out of the way. This is not intended as to the design. All right. So here you see that fireplace there. And briefly, I want to show a few other items that we've added to help you with your designs. Quite a few closet storage products, different types of shelving, big walk-in closet dressers or dresser islands. I can show you here what this looks like. So I encourage you to explore as we're continuing. We're continue to add products here, so you can explore the different categories that have been newly added: wall storage, wardrobe, shoe shelving. That's just in the closet storage. We also have some entry pieces like an entry bench, a console table, another type of entryway shoe storage. And again, these are the generic products you'll also always be able to find in our source panel here, which represents products that are available in the Houzz marketplace. So there's always a large selection of finished real world products that you can find in the source panel. But these are the generic products that are intended for different design use cases where you just want to put in some furniture or different elements of your floor plan to build it out. And then as you get closer to your design specs, or you really want to represent real world products, the source panel is always there for you to do that. We've also added some important heating and cooling elements. Sometimes these things can really determine or have an impact on where you're placing furniture or when you're redesigning a room. So there's a nice selection of them here that you can use in case these are important to your design. And just show you, of course, you can adjust the distance from the floor here as needed. But this is a nice radiator panel that's got a horizontal direction to it. And you'll see here, I've got added mini splits and different types of radiators. I also want to point out some laundry products. So this can be helpful if you're redesigning a utility room or a laundry room. We've got the washer and dryer, which we've always had, and also some additional laundry utility type products here. For example, freestanding sink, utility sink, wall drying racks, different hampers and shelves, just so that you can lay these out, really get the spacing the way that you need to for your projects. Okay, I'm going to turn it back. Those are just a couple of the new updates, and we're continuing to work on more, so there'll be more to come soon. And I'm going to turn it back over to Katie and Stefan.
Great. Thank you, Sean. So I'm going to walk you through a new tool that we released in February, our email marketing tool, which we're all very excited about. So the email marketing feature is a great way for you to stay in touch with leads who you're trying to keep a relationship with, as well as with past or current clients to make sure that you stay top of mind. So I will share a demo of the new feature with you. So you can access the email marketing tool from this marketing tab here. Scroll down to email marketing, and you'll see three options on the left. This campaign view shows all the campaigns that you've either sent or that you've drafted, as well as with the statistics for anything that you sent. For instance, how many people you sent it to, whether it was open or clicked. If you go into this template view here, you can see templates that you have built yourself, as well as a few professionally designed templates from Houzz Pro. So this is a great place to start. You can send out an email asking for client reviews, for instance, a note to schedule consultations, or we have some additional templates here like a New Year's holiday greeting or a monthly news and updates. So I'll go into one of the emails that I've started to draft. This is a booking a consultation email that I want to send out to try and drum up some more business for myself. So you can see here, it's a very easy to use drag and drop template editor. Up here, I uploaded my logo. You can go over here to upload a new image. I included some copy here around the purpose of my email. And you can see here that we include personalization tags. So if you send out this email to, say, 50 people, your client's first name will appear here in contact name. And then as well, you can add any other links here. So if you want to drive people to this link to schedule a consultation, very easy. You can type directly in here. You can scroll down and add your business information, your office hours, as well as any social media that you would like people to view. So we have here the Houzz icon you can include, as well as platforms like Facebook or Instagram. When you're already designing your email, you click up here to continue to send. And then you can choose the email that you want it to be sent from. If you have a Gmail, that address will be connected. You can include any leads here that you want. For instance, all the leads you have in the system, or a subset of leads if you create a separate list. The email details, like the subject line here, and then you can also test it. So you can include a few test emails if you want to view it in advance of sending it. And then you click Send Campaign. And then, as I mentioned, you can go back to that metrics page to see all the responses that you're getting. And here we have a quote from one of our pros who is using the email marketing tool. He feels like it's a great starting point for someone without a marketing department. So definitely we encourage you, go in, check it out, and send a few emails. It really is a great way for you to stay top of mind with any of your clients and leads. So the next pillar we want to organize is staying organized. So as Stefan mentioned, we know everyone is really busy right now. No one has extra time to waste. And so we want to make sure that all the features that we are releasing will help you stay more organized in your business. We're excited to announce that we've released an iPad app for Houzz Pro. We've gotten a lot of feedback that as designers are out in the field, they would love to be able to use their iPad to see a larger image or to use that life-size walkthrough feature that Sean mentioned. And so now everything that's available on the mobile app is also available for you on your iPad. We also have great improvements that we've released to our timeline feature. So we know that home design projects are often complex with a lot of moving parts, and shifts and changes are happening constantly, especially in the environment that we're living in now. And so it's really important for you to be able to quickly update the schedule and make sure that any relevant stakeholders are included in that to make sure that your project will finish on time and on budget. So I'll do a demo of the tool and show you a few highlights to call out there. So here you can see the timeline feature within Houzz Pro. So you can access it from your projects tab up at the top. You have timelines. And you'll see, for instance, that we've modernized the view to make it look much cleaner and fresher. So some improvements we have here, if you click into, for instance, this living room project that I'm working on, is that you can easily drag and drop. So if my project was slated to start on June 20th, and then you find out that everything is going to be delayed by a week, super easy just to drag it all over. Another great feature is that you can add sub-items. So for instance, if the first step of your project is a proposal signing, you can add sub-items in there, for instance, sending the proposal. And you can also add additional details around that. So you have a description here, the status, it's open since we haven't completed it yet. If you want to assign that to someone else, for instance, my colleague Katie, I can assign it to her to send. And then you can add in the date. So say we're going to do it on June 28th, it's just one working day. Then if there are any dependencies that you want to include, you can add those in here. For instance, if it needs to end before proposal approval, which it would, I can add that in here, and you can see that those two are linked. And another great feature we have here is that you can choose a view you want. So you can either see it in the Gantt view, which is what we have right now, or you can add it in the calendar view. So that will also show up on a calendar to include all the different phases that you have of a project. So if we go back to our Gantt view, you can also click up here to add any additional items or phases that you would like, including dependencies, certain colors if it's easier for you to keep different phases of your project organized. And then you can also invite any vendors or subs that you wanted to collaborate on the project. And then, of course, you can preview to see the client view and then share it with them as well. Okay, and then the last pillar we want to support, obviously, is saving time. So, as we've been saying, no one has extra time, especially today, to be wasting on tasks that could more easily be automated or done in an improved way. And so we have a lot of features that we've been focused on to really help you save time as you're running your business and out designing for your clients. So the first is templates. So this is really exciting. Now you can build your own templates for proposals, and you can customize everything that's needed. For instance, the name, the code, the date, any specific type of payments, and it will automatically be applied to the proposal. And if there are frequent proposals that you often use, you can save that as a template. So you can use that moving forward for additional projects. So you don't need to always go back to the base and start from scratch. We've also rolled out a powerful new version of our proposal tool that's simpler, cleaner, and even easier for you to use. And this will really help all of our designers create professional proposals faster. So one exciting improvement here is that, we've heard that with all the changes happening in pricing as well as material delays, things are often changing before you can complete your work. And so we now have added the ability to reopen approved proposals to make any edits that you need. We've also made a lot of usability improvements so you can create proposals faster with even fewer clicks. So I'll go in and I'll show you a demonstration of that. So you can see here I'm in our Proposals tab, and you can access this in a variety of ways, including from this Manage tab at the top. You have Proposals here. You can see I have a lot of draft proposals that I've created, but if we go into one, there are a few great features I wanted to call out. So if you click on this pencil icon, you can easily edit any of the details specific to the document or to the billing information, as well as to your company. You can see here the unique ID that's associated with this proposal, and that will be shown in additional documents where this proposal is linked to. As you scroll down, you can add any of the items that are specific for this specific project, and you can add additional ones through two ways. You can click down here to add an item, and it will pull up any products that you have in your product library. For instance, if you want to add this vase here, it pops up. You can also go into the Add Items button here, and you can pull in items either from your project or from your library. And you can filter and group those in a variety of ways. We've also added capabilities to really easily organize this proposal. So you can see up here this group by feature. So for instance, if you wanted to group by category, or if you wanted to group by room, you could do that. This proposal is specific to a living room, so there aren't multiple rooms to group by, but if you were doing a whole home redesign, it would be really easy for you to group by room to help you organize how you're showing the products to your clients. And then you can see this room column here will pop up, and you can select what room the product will go into. If you scroll down, you can also really easily add the ability to schedule payments and pay online. And then in the terms and condition field here, you can add any note specific to your business. And then we do have the signature field here with an electronic signature. So that's really an exciting way to make sure that you can get signatures from your client and keep your process moving along. And then the last step here is to preview and share. So you can click on the button to see how your proposal will look to your clients. And then when you're ready to share it, you can just click here and you see that you can add in any notes that you want to do, as well as if you have existing templates, you can add those here to make it even faster for you to communicate with your clients. And then the last improvement we have here is to our mobile app. So now you can access all of your proposals as well as create new ones through the app on the iPad or on the iPhone. And we've also added a catalog to our app so you can access your products on the go.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Sean, for your amazing insights and demos. When I have a chance to talk to pros, most often they talk about ways Houzz Pro facilitates time saving and efficiency as part of their work. And here's a good example from Juliana Linson from Spaces, that what used to take her a day in terms of admin work and following up with clients and putting together her proposals and purchase orders now only takes her 1 hour. That is a lot of time saving, folks, and time that you can use to spend doing more design work or getting more clients on board. Another example of how Houzz Pro has changed overall workflow for our professionals is helping them stay more organized. And for Dee Hartford Designs, you can see that she gets really excited by the fact that all of her projects, all of her tools, tasks are all in one place. In addition to various tools and features that we have available for you on Houzz Pro, we also have a wonderful resource hub called Learn that is full of valuable resources for you as a professional, from business management to client management insights, video tutorials, webinars with experts from the industry, as well as in-house experts and researchers. We also tend to highlight on a regular various designer success stories where you can learn from other designers just like you on what made them successful, and a variety of ebooks that you can download and read on your own time and improve various methods for your business and client management techniques. All of this is available for you at no cost, and you can find it on Houzz Pro website. Folks, thank you for your attention. We have a few minutes for a couple of questions that we can take from you. And I think we have one question from the audience here in terms of availability of images that folks can use as part of email marketing. Are there any templated images or library of images that folks can access as part of email marketing? Katie, maybe you can help us answer that question.
Sure. Yes. You can see on the right, there's this button here for images. If you click into it, you can drag in additional images if you would like. And then once you are in an image, over here on the right, you have the choice to upload an image. So you can choose something from your own library if you would like, or you can select more images here. And we do have a library of stock photos, thousands of images here that you can choose to pull into the email that you're creating.
Wonderful. This is amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time. And thank you, Katie and Sean, for your wonderful insights and demos. And we're looking forward to seeing you all next quarter. Take care.